Milo came into the house 8 months before Biscuit ever did. He arrived from a shelter 40 minutes away, quiet, careful, black and white fur split down the middle like two cats stitched into one. The paperwork said he was about 3 years old. Nobody knew much more than that. He wasn't an affectionate cat, he was a watchful one. He'd sit on the windowsill for hours, ears turning toward every sound outside, like he was still waiting for something he couldn't name. He ate when no one was looking. He slept in the same spot every night. He didn't ask for anything, and that made him easy to love in a quiet way. The family had almost given up on the idea of a second cat. Milo seemed content on his own, settled into a rhythm nobody wanted to disturb. But a friend at the local rescue kept calling about one kitten in particular, the one nobody could catch for weeks, the one who finally walked into a trap on his own like he'd simply gotten tired of waiting. Then Biscuit arrived. He came from a farm 2 counties over, an orange and white kitten found sleeping in a hay bale, thin, sunburned along one ear, barely 6 months old. The rescue coordinator laughed when she handed him over. "This one has no fear," she said. "None. He'll walk up to a tractor if you let him." She wasn't exaggerating. On the drive home, he pressed his face against the carrier door the entire way, meowing at every passing truck like he wanted to introduce himself. The 2 cats had nothing in common, not their color, not their history, not their nerve. When Biscuit came through the door in a cardboard carrier, Milo didn't move from the windowsill. He just watched, still as a photograph. For the first 2 days, that's all he did. Biscuit, meanwhile, did what Biscuit always did. He explored everything. He knocked a pen off the desk. He climbed the curtains halfway up before sliding back down. He marched straight over to Milo's food bowl and ate out of it before anyone could stop him. Milo hissed, just months. Then he walked into the other room. The family figured that was how it would be. 2 cats sharing a house, not sharing much else. The vet had warned them, some cats simply don't take to each other. Give it time, but don't expect too much. Then came the 3rd night. It was cold, the kind of cold that gets into an old house through the windows. Biscuit, too young to know better, curled up right against the space heater vent and fell asleep too close to the warmth. Around midnight, he woke up too hot, disoriented, crying in that thin kitten voice that doesn't sound like anything else in the world. Milo heard it first. He came down from his spot on the bookshelf, walked straight to Biscuit, and did something nobody had seen him do before. He pressed his body against the smaller cat's side, cooling him, steadying him, and began to groom the fur along his neck, slow and deliberate, until Biscuit's crying quieted into something softer. By morning, they found them curled together on the rug, Milo's paw resting over Biscuit's back like he'd been standing guard all night. That was the beginning of something nobody in the house had planned for. From then on, the grooming never stopped. Every single evening, without exception, Milo would find Biscuit somewhere in the house and begin, patient and unhurried, working through the fur behind his ears, along his shoulders, down his spine. Biscuit, who ran from nothing, went completely still for this, eyes half closed, utterly calm. It wasn't instinct left over from raising a kitten. Milo had never had kittens of his own. The vet said it plainly. This wasn't biology. This was a choice.
If you're still watching and haven't subscribed yet, I have to be honest, that stings a little. Stories like this one exist because we believe every quiet bond deserves to be noticed. Hit that button. It means more than you know. As the weeks passed, the 2 cats became something the whole family started to notice out loud. Biscuit stopped eating until Milo had eaten first. Milo stopped sleeping on the windowsill and started sleeping curled around Biscuit instead, his black and white fur wrapped around the orange like a border drawn in the wrong color on purpose. When one left the room, the other followed within minutes. When the front door opened, they came to it together, standing side by side, tails brushing like they'd agreed on it without a single sound passing between them. A neighbor visiting for the first time asked how long the cats had been raised together. Since kittens, she guessed, watching them groom each other on the windowsill. She was stunned to hear they'd met as strangers, from different counties, different lives, different everything. Even their play changed to match each other. Biscuit, still fearless, still reckless, learned to soften his charges when Milo was nearby, tapping a paw instead of pouncing full force. Milo, who had never once chased a toy in his life, started batting a crumpled piece of paper across the floor just to watch Biscuit chase it back. Nobody had taught either of them to do this. They simply worked it out between themselves. The old friends adjust without needing to discuss it. Then, in early winter, Biscuit got sick. It came on fast, the way it does with young cats. A fever, a refusal to eat, a stillness that wasn't like him at all. He was taken to the vet, kept overnight for observation, and for the first time since that cold night by the heater, the two cats were separated. Milo would not settle. He paced the length of the house. He sat by the door for hours, the same door Biscuit always waited at beside him. He didn't eat that night either, not one bite, no matter what was placed in front of him. When Biscuit came home the next evening, weak but recovering, Milo didn't wait for him to reach the rug. He walked straight to the carrier and pressed his face against the mesh before anyone had even opened it. The moment Biscuit stepped out, Milo was already grooming him, faster than usual, almost frantic, as if he needed to check that every part of him was still there. Biscuit leaned into it and let him. He's fully healthy now, back to his reckless, fearless self, still walking up to things 3 times his size without a hint of hesitation. And every single night, the same ritual continues. Milo finds him, Milo grooms him, Biscuit goes still and lets it happen, the way he has since that very first cold night. The vet, on a routine visit months later, watched the two of them in the waiting room and said something the family hasn't forgotten since. "Some cats tolerate each other," she said. "Some cats simply share a space because they have no choice." This wasn't that. This was 2 animals who had decided, independently and completely, that the other one mattered more than their own comfort. Some bonds are built slowly, over years of shared history. Others are built in a single night, by one cat who heard another one crying in the dark and decided, without being asked, that this one was his responsibility now. Milo never had a reason to care for Biscuit. Different color, different past, different everything. He simply chose to, and he has never once stopped choosing it since. If this story moved you even a little, share it with someone who still believes love has to look a certain way to count. Sometimes it just looks like one cat patiently grooming another every night for no reason except that he wants to. No grand rescue, no dramatic moment caught on camera, just quiet, steady choosing over and over, one ordinary evening at a time. So here's what I want to know. Do you think cats form bonds like this out of pure instinct, or is there something closer to real love happening between them? Tell me what you think in the comments.